So I guess we're live now. Let's get it started. So my name is Dr. Frederic Bertley, President and CEO of COSI, and I'm so excited for this incredible panel. We are talking about another COSI Crucial conversation with two legends in the esports arena. This is live coming to you about Camp COSI and the great partnership we have with Game Arena. Two legends. I want to introduce the first one. Brendan, aka J.O. Mock O'Brien, is 22 years old, a gamer with Vanguard Esports team. He has over 400,000 followers on social media for his account, and he's a pro Fortnite player. Our other distinguished guest is Justin Kogue. He is the founder of Game Arena based in Hilliard, Ohio, and founder of Vanguard Sports, and he recruited J.O. Mock to his esports team. Now, my first question is for J.O. Mock, but I just want to show you why I'm wearing my Montreal Expos gear and Montreal Canadiens t-shirt, because I know J.O. Mock, you're in Vancouver, and as a fellow Canadian, thank you for doing this, and thank you for being on. But we don't have a lot of time, so let's jump right to it. How did you get so excited about gaming in the first place? Because you're a champ. How'd you get into this?
I mean, I was 7 years old when I was first introduced to video games, but it started out with basic games like adventure games, the MOBA games like League of Legends, and then shooter games like, Counter-Strike and Fortnite. And when I found those games, like those shooter games, I kind of fell in love and, I've been playing ever since for over 10 years now, easily.
Well, that's really cool. So again, we're launching this great partnership with Camp COSI and Game Arena Sports. And so it does appeal to people of young ages. So I love the fact that you started at 7 years old. That's really cool. Now you're a Fortnite expert. I'm a scientist. Talk to me about the science, technology, engineering, math, or how you think about engineering as you're mastering this Fortnite game.
I mean, there's so many little things in Fortnite that you got to know about to be a top player, right? And if any little mistake will really, just bring you down. But there's things like building, like if you're not a good builder in the game, you're just not going to be good, There's just little small things with the game, and it's all that really makes it what it is.
So would you think being engineering inclined or being a good Fortnite person would make you a better engineer and vice versa?
Yeah, I can see how they correlate, but they're definitely two different worlds at the end of the day, right?
Sure. No, fair enough. How about communication? I hear that that's key in the esports arena.
Yeah, without comms, your team's gonna do bad. Because like I said earlier, every little thing really adds up at the end of the day. And if you don't get that little piece of information, it can really turn your whole game around,
You got it. So not scripted, but I have to ask this question. How many hours a day did you play when you were 7, and how many hours do you commit to esports right now?
Oh, no pressure. When I was 7, a couple hours every day, my mom would get real mad at me if I was on for more than an hour a day. But, recently with esports, 10 hours a day minimum.
Look at that. Moms and dad, listen, getting on gaming early cannot necessarily be a bad thing. This man's making a living legend and making his career out of gaming with 10 hours a day. Love that. I got to kick it real quick to our next distinguished guest. Justin, great to see you again. I know you from history. You tell me more. How did you get into this? And you've now built a company around this. Talk to us, especially the younger gamers out there that, you can go from just playing a game to actually launching an industry. Talk to us about that.
Yeah. So, I started off really young, just like J.O. Mock. I can't even remember when I started playing video games because I was so young. But when I was in the 7th and 8th grade, I was playing Madden a lot and NCAA football. And I actually climbed the leaderboards to number 2 in the nation at NCAA football.
Hold on. I got to pause here. Ladies and gentlemen, he was number 2 in NCAA football. That is colossal.
Yep. Yeah, no, I was really into video games, and really just the passion was always there. It's how I hung out with my friends, and we couldn't find, like, when we were in high school, we really wanted to, hang out. But what we really wanted to do was play video games together. So we had to all go back to our own homes. So what I did in college was I really wanted to build a place for people to physically go and hang out and play video games in person, because the experience is much more social than you think. And being in the same room is very important for esports.
So that's interesting. So actually, we're in this thing called the coronavirus pandemic. Has there been an explosion in esports because of that? Can you talk to us about that?
Yeah, the coronavirus has really hurt the in-person events. obviously.
Sure.
But on the online ones, they're seeing the highest numbers ever. Counter-Strike posted their highest concurrent users of all time. League of Legends is doing really well. The new game Valorant broke all the Twitch records and had millions of people playing the game on launch. So people were playing, and Fortnite was even having more players than ever as well. So the coronavirus probably helped online esports.
That's incredible. We're going to come back to you, Justin, a little bit, talk about the cool collaboration you're doing with COSI. You are listening to COSI Crucial Conversations, another COSI Connects program. I want to take it back to Geomach, a legend in Fortnite. There are a lot of young people listening. What would be your advice to younger folks to think about the importance of video games and esports, and then later how it can help you with the careers in science, technology, engineering, and math?
When you're playing video games, make sure you're focusing on the right things, and make sure you're balancing it well with real life things. Like, don't try to put all your hours into video games, even though that does sound fun and that does seem nice. Make sure you're kind of putting balance in your life, and don't dedicate too hard. Dedicate at the end of the day.
That's great. So again, I love the lessons you're saying here. Hey, video games are fun. They can lead to a great career, but have some balance. Don't be obsessed about it. Have some balance in your life. That's great. What made you pick Fortnite as the game to conquer and dominate the world in?
Well, it was about 2 weeks before the game was being released, and I was on Twitch just looking at random streams and random games. So I was bored, and I saw Fortnite with like 2,000-3,000 viewers, so it was pretty low on the list. And I saw the game. I was watching a streamer play, and when I saw the building mechanics and everything, I was like, yeah, that's the game I want to try playing. I really want to try playing.
Got it. That's really cool. The game actually jumped out and picked you. You didn't really pick the game.
Yeah, it was destined to happen for sure.
That's really cool. Justin, back to you. So we're talking about, advice for all people in general, but especially young kids, and that link between gaming, esports, and science, technology, engineering, and math. Talk to us what you think about it, and then we'll jump into the partnership.
Yeah. So, I mean, the coolest thing and what I'm really excited about with this summer camp and working with COSI is there's a high correlation with people that are good at math, science, and all STEM programs and performing well in video games. The colleges that have really good programs in STEM related fields have been traditionally winning all the esports tournaments. And it makes sense. When you do anything math or science related, you're using those parts of the brain that are decision making, problem solving, critical thinking, and even teamwork and thinking outside the box. And in video games, that's very key. And so I feel like when you're doing math and science, it's like working out. You're working out that part of your brain. That's why I think I was good at video games, because I was really heavy into math and science, and I think it really correlated.
No, that's fantastic. Again, folks, you're listening to COSI Crucial Conversations on COSI Connects. We're talking about this great new partnership linking a basic camp with an esports legend like Game Arena. And you just heard, from Justin, the founder of this amazing company called Game Arena. He talked about that correlation between science and math and engineering and gaming. And that's so important. And a lot of times people think, oh, I'm a gamer, so I can't be good at school. Or people think I'm good at school, I should be away from video games. No, I mean, if you have a skill set, especially if you have an aptitude, you're good in math, you're good in science, you're good in engineering, gaming could be a huge future, not just for games, but for coding and computer science. And so, Justin, you partner with COSI. I'm at COSI. You're at Game Arena. We put together this incredible camp experience for kids, adults too, but we're concentrating on kids for now, to really link esports, gaming, and STEM. Talk to us about that program.
Yeah, so what we're going to do is we're going to do this camp this summer where you're going to get a STEM lesson, and then it's going to go into a Fortnite coaching lesson or Minecraft lesson, and then you're going to get to play. And what's really cool is COSI is going to be teaching you that STEM lesson as professionals, and then we're going to get Fortnite professionals to teach you your Fortnite coaching. So you are being taught by professionals.
That's unbelievable. So we're mixing the amazing educational expertise from science, technology, engineering, math space, along with the gaming experts to provide a first ever unparalleled science museum meets gaming professional world camp. So Geomach, you're a god in this space. Would you recommend a kid to go to this camp to help them with their gaming skills?
Oh, of course. There's no one better you can learn from than a professional, right? Learning from the best will help you become the best.
That's awesome. And so again, kids out there, parents, if you're listening, which I know you are, because we got two gods on the screen with me. This is a unique, great opportunity. So definitely check it out. Go to COSI.org to learn more about it. So Jeremiah, you're crushing it right now, but you're young. With all due respect, you got genius potential. You're only 22 years old. Where do you see yourself at 30? Where do you see yourself at 40?
Oh man,
I might say the White House, but you're in Canada. You might need Ottawa.
Hopefully one day, maybe, but I'm not sure. I'm not even sure what I'm going to be eating for breakfast later, or lunch or dinner, right? So I'm not really sure at 30. Hopefully, I'm still in the gaming scene. That's the dream at the end of the day, but you never know, right?
Sure, but fair enough. And Justin, you can comment here. Even though you're not sure, and I love that, the fact that you have this great computer science / gaming skill set, I'm sure a lot of doors must open for you in the future. Justin, can you talk about the potential careers having a skill set in both computer science and or gaming can lead in the future?
Oh, yeah. I really think that people that love video gaming tend to really gravitate towards what they're passionate about. Even if it's not gaming anymore, it could be the gaming related field. So like maybe coding or, designing a website or, even 3D modeling or just engineering and utilizing that skill set that they enjoyed using when they were playing video games. There's a lot of different careers that can come out of the STEM related field. And I'm really excited to see how many people really come from the esports world that really get into these STEM careers after they're done gaming.
No, I mean, that's fantastic. You think about where society is today. I mean, we can't wake up in the morning without, getting throughout the day with our digital devices and all these cool things. And not only is that science and engineering in general, but that's especially computer science and that kind of space and coding. And so just an unbelievable wealth of opportunities for people of all ages with all skill sets too. It's not just, you don't just have to be the experts and geniuses of a Justin and a Jail Mock, but you get some skill set in this, you can do really well. So that's great. We do have a question in here from one of our listeners. They wanted to know how expensive the camp is. It's $125 per week per camper. And again, go to COSI.org. You can learn all about it. It's Camp COSI with Game Arena. So Jail Mock, you gave me some advice for some kids in terms of having some balance. Talk a little bit more about your technical expertise. Is there one or two things from a technical standpoint you can say when you're playing Fortnite, this is how you're strategizing that the other kids can learn from? Kind of a teaser for what they're going to get in the camp.
I'm always making sure of my surroundings. There's little things like that with Fortnite because you need to make sure you're on top of everything if you really want to win at that game. So there's nothing super specific, but there's many different factors that I keep an eye on when I'm playing throughout the day.
Okay, I love that because that speaks to everyday life too. You gotta be multifaceted. You gotta pay attention. You gotta be able to multitask. So I love that answer. And we got another question from one of your viewers. It says, and this is again to you, Jail Mock. How do you stay focused while playing 10 hours per day?
It just comes with the love of the game, I've never felt bored playing. When I'm playing for 10 hours, the energy levels are always super high, and I just never get bored. It's always enjoyable to me. I love competing at the end of the day,
That's fantastic. And for those of you who know Malcolm Gladwell, one of our greatest writers, he talks about doing 10,000 hours of something to make you an expert. And what's been clear is when you love something, all you listeners out there, especially you young kids, when you love something and you're passionate, it's actually not hard to put in the time and work because it doesn't feel like work because you're being so fulfilled. And you heard Jail Mock, he said his energy levels are always up here. Imagine 10 hours of doing something and you're still amped to do that 11th hour. That is really cool. Justin, to you, what are some top skills that the kids will gain going to these camps? This is a question from one of the listeners.
Well, on the Fortnite side, we're going to teach you how to build, how to utilize the map, how to communicate as a team. The thing that I think I learned the most from the traditional sports world was how to cooperate with a team and how to handle when things aren't going well. In gaming, I've seen too many kids literally want to quit as they're losing. But like when you watch a football game, they don't quit in the first quarter when they're down. They have comebacks in the fourth quarter, all at the end. So one thing that's really not taught to kids as often is the mindset to win. You don't always start off by winning and then just constantly snowball. You can start off by being behind a little bit and catch up later. So really cooperating with a team and how to think about the game and the right mindset is what I really want to get everyone to get out of this camp, along with the skills that like a J-O-Mock has, where you're one of the best builders in the world, right?
Yeah. No, I mean, I love that answer because, again, I'm a little older. And so, you grew up with this kind of, oh, you're a video gamer. And so you're inside this little dark room and you're by yourself and it's all about solitude. But instead, you're saying, the best gamers actually do understand teamwork and collaboration and can work together, whether you're physically in the same space or just connected through ones and zeros in this virtual space. But the idea of working together is so important. And I love that comes alive when you're talking about gaming. So, folks, you're listening to COSI Crucial Conversations. We are talking about the latest cool launching experience that COSI is partnering with Game Arena, and this is a incredible gaming camp experience at COSI coming for 5 weeks starting July 7th, I believe. Go to cosi.org, check it out, register. Maybe it might be July 6th, but check it out and register. It's an amazing opportunity. So we got 2 experts again. For those of you who joined us late, we got Brendan O'Brien, aka J-O-Mock, a 22 god in the space of Fortnite with over 400,000 social media followers, and Justin Kogi, the founder of Game Arena in Hilliard, Ohio, who's transforming the world through gaming. So, Brendan / J-O-Mock, which I gotta ask, the nickname J-O-Mock, it's bad. Where did that come from?
Well, when I was 7 years old, when I first started gaming, my brother's name was J-O-Mock, and I was uncreative. I wasn't sure what to make my name, so I was just J-O-Mock 249. And I kind of just kept the name around ever since.
I love it. Is your brother asking for any royalties on that?
He was before, but I kind of brushed him off a little bit.
I love it. I love it. The older brother, J-O-Mock, is now the junior brother. I love it.
Pretty much.
Justin, what excites you most about this partnership, and where do you think it can go?
Well, growing up, I remember coming to COSI when I was like in kindergarten, and it was always like my favorite trip. That adventure thing was the best thing ever, and just every experience was mind blowing. So really, I'm hoping to bring in my expertise and help with COSI and bring esport experiences that I feel like weren't around when I was a kid, because I think there's a lot of really awesome things that can come out of video games, and really want to push that into the kind of the net pioneer kind of the esports space when it comes to the science and technology.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I want to read another question from one of our listeners. It's to both of you, so J-O-Mock and Justin, each of you. Do you have a classic game or a classic game system? Now, I'll jump out first. I'm going to go real old school. You guys think I'm going to say ColecoVision and Intellivision. I'm not even, J-O-Mock's like, who? I'm not even talking about that. I am talking about Commodore 64 and VIC 120. How about that? But what do you guys got?
Justin, you go first.
Okay. I know it's not as classic, but I got to go back to my game, NCAA football 2006. I played so much of that game, and Vince Young. I played with the Texas Longhorns all day, and 89-2 with Vince Young. So just like how he was dominating in real sports, I was dominating online with him. So I had to go back to that game.
That's pretty cool. Real quick, before we get to you, J-O-Mock, did you ever play with Michael Vick, though? I heard he was unstoppable.
In Madden, Michael Vick was unstoppable. Actually, a funny science story. It's not really too much science. Okay, in 7th grade, and you might hate me for this one, I used to bring my controller to school. And I remember in my 7th grade science class, when I should have been paying attention, I would be doing I'd be playing with the controller and getting like mental reps. And at the end of the day, I could have just been paying attention to the science class because I would have been getting better at Madden anyway. But yeah, it was because of Michael Vick and running around with he was too fast. It was almost like a broken character like Bo Jackson back in the old games.
Sure. Oh, that's awesome. I love that story. Hey, but it helped you in science class nonetheless. J-O-Mock, your favorite classic game and your favorite game system?
My favorite classic game is probably Super Smash Bros. Melee on the GameCube, and my favorite classic system is probably the GameCube.
Wow. Okay, that's awesome. We're getting close to the end of time. You're listening to COSI Crucial Conversations, part of our COSI Connects, how we connect to people digitally. We're talking about this great new partnership with Game Arena and Camp COSI, delivering the first ever esports camp STEM program here at COSI. We're so excited. Starting July 6th for 4 weeks. It's $125 a week for your kid. Please register them. Great opportunity. Before we go, I want each of you to think of your last words. And while you think about that, I just want to give a shout out for my 3 favorite kids, the 3 M's, Masimoto, aka Masai, Malia, and Mia. You guys are going to be awesome gamers because you're listening to the best right here with Justin and J-Mock. J-Mock, your last words?
I just want to say thank you for having me. It was an honor. And make sure you guys sign up. You'll learn a lot. I promise. You
got it. Justin?
Yeah, thanks for having me on. I really think esports are gonna be at every middle school, high school, college, and even semi-pro and professional level here in the next 5 to 10 years. So there's a lot of other careers besides just playing the game that are going to be developed around them. And the best way to set yourself up for success is through science, math, just anything, and even business related. Everything will be available. And if you're passionate about video games, don't only think you can only be a pro gamer. There's so much more. And set your skills up, because more than likely you're not going to be a professional gamer. You're going to have a profession that surrounds esports. And trust me, that's what I do. I'm not J-Mock. I don't get paid a lot of money to play video games. I made my career by the supporting infrastructure of esports. And I love my job and love working every day.
That is awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here at COSI Connects, talking to 2 gods in the gaming sport, J-Mock, an incredible professional player, Justin Koch, an incredible company-running business guru, and also number 2 in all-time NCAA football. That is great. You can learn more. Sign up for our esports camp at cosi.org/esports.camp. Sign up. We have limited space, so make sure you sign up. Lastly, I will trade my Montreal Canadiens gear and my Expos hat for some of that gaming swagger you all are wearing. Ladies and gentlemen, have a lovely day. Thanks for you guys joining us.
Thank you.
All right. Take care.